Hey everybody, I'm back from Bill in Denmark and I'm ready to continue working on the LEGO City. There's a few different things that I want to accomplish over the next short while. One of the major ones is inserting the wooden platforms which are going to run throughout the center of the city. I've got to whip out my saws and cut all the wood to the right length and height and insert these platforms so they branch out here and also to the left where we're going to have the winter village. Another thing that I want to work on is continuing to construct the foot of this mountain right here, but I think I should probably finish inserting the platforms first because they're going to be easier to place when there's no mountain in the way. Also, I want to get that platform put in there so I can start to gauge how high I need to build these mountains in the two different sections. I'm already going pretty strong on that one over there, but we've got this entire section over here and another large section which will be going up to the raised platform over here by the burrow as well. So those are two major projects that both involve mountains. Now, when I was here just before I left to go to Denmark, I finished building 90 base plates worth of MILS plates. All of these green plates, the dark bluish gray ones over there as well. So we're ready to start constructing elevation everywhere and just start constructing the landscape and the countryside of this city. And I sort of want to continue constructing MILS plates. As boring as that is, I still think it's something that I want to get done before I get too far ahead of myself. And I've got this entire area over here where I'm going to be placing my amusement park, which is just exposed base plates, and it doesn't really look that good. I want to just get this all MILS plated. Do you blame me? Like, is that a bad thing to want to do? I don't think so. I know it's not like the most exhilarating project, but in my opinion, I think it's pretty exciting because we're going to fill in all of these base plates with reinforced base plates so that we can actually start laying tiles down, placing rides, and just start constructing the amusement park. So today in this video, I'm going to be MILS plating the amusement park. I'm not going to be working on the mountains and the raised platforms because I just think that this is something that has to happen before I work on those other projects. Plus, I mean, come on, my station's already set up for MILS plating. Like, I'm ready to go. I got all the 4x4, the 2x2, the base plates, the 16x16s, like I'm ready to go. Look at all that. Let's get a MILS plate the amusement park. Let's get her done. So I've decided to start with the 4 base plate MILS plates. So there's 4 32x32 base plates. I'm covering them with 16x16s. So this is what my brick layout looks like. I did the 1x2s around the perimeter, 2x2s in the corner, and then we've got the spacing of 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5. And everything is just 6 studs apart. And that works out quite nicely for when it comes to building with the 16x16s. It's rather supported. I've got it all around the perimeter. I like doing the 2x2s in the corner just because it gives it a little bit more support. And you've got one right in the middle as well. It's all you really need. I mean, you're not going to put a huge amount of weight on here. And even if you are, that weight is going to be rather distributed. And this is pretty strong there. But you definitely save a lot of 2x2 brick when you build with the 16x16s rather than 4x4s. Classically, I would use just 4x4s and 2x2s because I could find them super cheap on the pad wall or from Bricklink. But this time around, I've got a lot of 16x16s. So there you go. Pretty efficient way to create massive MILS plates. I've got this one being constructed right now, and I've already built another right there. So here we have the amusement park. Let's place the 2 64x64 plates. See, I even think those make a huge difference. Wait till it's all light gray. It'll look like a big sea of light bluish gray. Don't mind my big hoard of recycling in the shot here. There goes the sail barge box. Goodbye. Another 4 down, but these ones are 48x48 studs. I think 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25, so each one of these is 2.25 base plates, so technically this is 9 base plates worth. Does my math check out there? I don't know. I didn't double check it. Don't ask me, but I'm excited about placing them. Woohoo! I also just finished building this eclectic mix. Holy, we got all sorts of different sizes there. And of course, after I get those placed, I'm excited to see what's left over. Pretty soon it's going to be completely MILS plated, which I'm pretty excited about. Here we go, it's one of the last sections. I've got this corner train track there, which bridges onto this plate. I've got a little bit of green And then there's a big section that's exposed, and I want to make the rest of it light bluish gray. Lay the last two 16 by 16s, and boom, that's looking pretty fresh. There's also the spot by the Disney Castle. Got to fill that in with green. It's 48 by 6 studs, and believe me when I tell you this, that was pretty satisfying. Here's a quick look at the before and after. I definitely think that looks a lot better, much more presentable. There we go, the amusement park is done. No, I'm just kidding. It's got a long ways to go, but you gotta admit, that was pretty nice. Like, this is pretty sweet. It actually looks half decent now. Much better than multicolored base plates, that's for sure. And eventually, all of these studs are gonna be completely covered as well. Like, I'm gonna be fully tiling this place off, and eventually I'll also be adding some elevation. I wanna raise that roller coaster and mansion up 6 studs or so, or sorry, 6 bricks or so, so it's actually integrated into the mountain, which will be behind it because those raised platforms are gonna come right up against it, and then I can probably raise this up. So it's sort of on like the foot of the mountain, because of course our raised platform coverings that are in the city there actually stop right before the amusement park. And I'm not going to continue those into the amusement park. Rather, I'm going to start raising up some of the parts of the park as well, even if that gradual grade starts like back here. But I still want to have my MILS plate constructed because I just like the rigidity of the plate. It's going to be a lot easier to construct the elevated areas when I have the rigid MILS plate below it. It does take a lot of parts to do that, but totally worth it. The value in this, like just MILS plating all of this with the underlying brick and the 16 by 16s and the 32 by 32 base plates and whatever, all the base plates, I guess, is just insane. Like, it's insane. It's just little things like that are like, it's just mind-boggling. But it is what it is. It's totally worth it in the end. Now we actually have a base foundation and we can work from there. And I need to decide what I'm going to do with this area here, which is actually 3.5 base plates by 6.5 base plates. I need to determine what I'm going to do with this area. I'm not sure if it's just going to be like a pull-in, or if there's going to be like a parking garage, or if I'm going to expand the residential area so it flows into that, or if I'm going to bring the Bricksie land entrance forward and allocate more space to the amusement park. There's a lot of different things that I could do with this. So I decided to start having a look at my wood pile. I was going through all that melamine on the wall there because the next thing I want to do is add the platforms. I feel like that is definitely the next step for the city. So I grabbed my legs, and these legs are the same height as the legs from the Ninjago platform there. And I started going through all those sheets, and I realized that all those sheets are 5/8, and the 3/4 inch melamine, which is the really thick stuff, it is the stuff that works better for LEGO math. So I need to build these platforms with the 3/4 inch melamine, which that one is. And in order to do that, I've got to go hit up my garage where I have another wood pile, and that's where all of the 3/4 inch stuff is. I had these platforms that were underneath the existing city, and I built those all using 3/4 inch stuff, and that stuff is currently in the garage. So in order to proceed with that, I need to go home. Plus I've got some other stuff to do at home as well. So that's all I'm able to get done here today, just because I want to get that wood. I want to start installing that wood, and then I've got to go edit some other stuff because I'm not done editing all of my Billund, Denmark footage yet, and I can do that from home. So that's really about it, everybody. I just wanted to come here today, drop a bunch of stuff off, do some sorting, and get some MILS plating done. And I will be back continuing to work on the LEGO City in the near future. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned as I will continue working on this within the next short while. Farewell.